Good day and welcome to another edition of Citizens Movement Radio News. Today it's Tuesday, the 2nd of December 2025. I'm Ketiwe Chuma, ready to bring you the latest news and updates. Here are today's headlines on Citizens Movement Radio News. Nkulumane by-election campaigns continue. Honorable Makamire speaks on Mtuli-Ncube's 2026 budget. Mahere says learners should be taught about everyday matter that will affect them after leaving school. Now let's take a look at our stories in detail. The campaigns for the Nkulumane constituency by-election have intensified following last week's door-to-door mobilization led by senior opposition officials, including Eric Gono, in support of popular candidate Rodney Jele. The by-election is scheduled for 20 December 2025. Momentum continues to build as community members engage directly with the campaign teams to voice their concerns and expectations. Citizens Movement Radio Kudzima Bonde brings us the latest updates on the campaign trail.
Nkulumane by-election has drawn this attention as it is uniting progressive, genuine opposition supporters in the alternative democratic citizens movement. All hands are on deck. Honorable Jele is emerging as the constituency and community's favorite. His campaign is heating up on a daily basis. The community is rallying behind him in numbers. Rodney Jele's nomination has been unique as he has been discovered by the community, and on 20 December, the community is assuring to deploy him into parliament through the ballot. Bulawayo task force leaders including Eric Gono, Honorable Tsepiso, Honorable Stabile Mlilo, Councillor Bruce Melimoyo, Honorable Shoko, and the Nkulumane constituency citizens task force leaders are also in solidarity, drumming up support for Honorable Jele. This is a historic by-election in the history of Nkulumane constituency and Bulawayo as a province. The issues affecting Nkulumane is unemployment, poor development in infrastructure, deteriorating healthcare and education infrastructure within the government management. Honorable Jele is promising and assuring the community transparency, to be a good servant leader with integrity and with good governance. His election manifesto is good and noble as it is citizen-centered, God-centered and community-centered. As the journey to the 20 December by-election continues, we will be giving you more updates.
The Member of Parliament for Chiresi Central, Honorable Ropafatso Makumire, has condemned the 2026 budget that was announced last week by Minister of Finance Mtuli-Ncube. Honorable Makumire said the budget did not address the issue of youth unemployment and funding skills training for young people. Let's hear him explaining.
Tauya tine tarisiro yokuti nyika yosumuka, mabasa omuka, varombo vosimudzirwa nekusumuka kwemaindastry. Asi guruko dzaitwa nhasi, guruko rinoona nezvemari richitaura, taona kuti isu mutero wasimudzirwa we-VAT kubva pa 15% kuenda pa 15.5. Zvinoreva kuti chose chatenga muzvitoro, chose chatengwa navanhu vari kumaruu, vari kumaguta, pose panotengwa upfu, panotengwa mupunga, panotengwa usavi, zvinoreva kuti mutengo wezvinhu izvi unenge wati wedzerere. Saka zvinoreva ndezvekuti vatengesi vanotengesa zvinhu zvose izvi vanowedzera mutengo kuti ivo varambe vachiita profit. Saka anoshatirwa nezvizvi munhu nje uri muruzevha, munhu nje uri mustreet. Saka izvi zvinongoreva kuti upenyu huchati omei mugore ra 2026 ratakatarisa, nekuti mutengo wezvinhu uchange uchikwira. Tibva ipapo zvinoratidza kuti hapana chakanyanya kuiswa mubhajeti ra 2026 nechekuita nekuwanikwa kwemvura mumaguta. Hapana chanyanya kutaurwa maringe nekupedza dambudziko rekuputika kwemasuweji mumaguta. asi budget iri kuratidza kuti iri kunyanya kundoongorora nekutarisa masettlements matsva ari kuplanwa nehurumende. Tobva ipapo mundoona kuti budget kuchinga nerechidiki riri pasi pe1% of the total budget. Zvinorevei isu tine mayouth atinoti iwo ndo ane the most critical demographic crisis, that is the unemployment. We were expecting this budget to come up with solutions, to come up with measures to create employment for the young people. Tichitobva ipapo muchandoona kuti budget iri panyaya dzekundobetsera varombo atingatiwo ma-social safety nets rinorenja between 4 to 5% of the national budget. Zvinorevei hazvina pundutso kana kuti hazvinyanyi kundobetsera vaya vanhu vatachitarisa kuti vanga vachibetserwa vakwegura vedu vane makore ari pamusoro pe65. Saka harisi kundobetsera zvakare vanhu vane urema. Saka tachitarisa kuti bhajeti rinofanira kuuya richindorerutsira vanhu mararamiro avo. Nyaya dzezveutano gurukota rinoratidza kuti bhajeti riri kusvika paAbuja declaration, which is not true. Budget iri nyaya dzezveutano riri pa9.7%, which is below the Abuja target. Saka zvinorevei hakuna tarisiro yatinayo yakanyanya kunyaya dzezveutano, hakuna tarisiro yatinayo kunyaya dzekuwanikwa kwemishonga muzvipatara. Saka bhajeti harisi kuuya kuzobetsera murombo, riri kuuya nemitero inouya kuzoremedza upenyu kuvanhu vari mukati menyika ino yeZimbabwe. Saka tinotarisira kuti pachaita hurikuredzi, hurukota richagamuchirawo zvichemo zviripo, uyezve kune mumwe mutero wauya wokuti pose paunobhadhara Netflix, pose paunobhadhara Starlink, unenge wakubatirwa mutero. Saka izvi zvinorevei ma-content creators achanga achibhadhariswa mutero. Pose paunoita zvokubhadhara zvepamhepo unenge uchirohwa mutero. Zvinongoreva kuti upenyu hucharamba huchioma. Kunyange nevamwe ma-content creators vaya vanga vachangosumuka vakupinda mukutereswa vachiri vadoko. Saka zvokwadi hapana chiyambuka.
The former Mount Pleasant MP and constitutional lawyer advocate Fatai Mahere has called on the ministries of education to broaden the educational levels to allow learners to know about all aspects of life after school. In her proposal, Mahere said issue that should be taught in schools must be how to pay taxes, rights upon arrest, constitutional rights generally, structure of government, property consequences on marriage, how to write a will, meaning of consent, how to vote, role of MPs versus councillors, basics of buying a property, and essentials of customary law. ZANU-PF-led government's Vice President Constantino Chiwenga is not letting up on his attack on his boss, Mr. Mnangagwa. In a recent speech, Chiwenga criticizes those aligned to Mr. Mnangagwa, called the Zikanandas, that instead of flashing around cash and cars from proceeds of selling minerals cheaply to foreigners, they must instead invest in building factories in Zimbabwe that will in turn bring employment. He also indicated that those dealing in drugs are known and should be arrested. Let's hear part of his speech.
Nevose vanoshanda navo vanovabatsira pabasa iri, vanhu vemutemo, shandisai mutemo musina kutya kana kusarura. Kunzwa kuti uyu mwana wangu waChiwenga uyu aita aiwa mujeri. Hapana anonzi uyu anoera uyu. Munoisa akangokanganisa chebebedze munovharira. Ndokuti discipline ivepo. Kurwa nedambudziko rezvinodhaka, kusunga vese vari kuunza zvinodhaka zvacho, vari kuunza zvinodhaka zvacho nevari kuzvishandisa kunavo vanenge vachiita vawandaka, kune vemadhiragi, kune anongofuma achingonyuka kuti ndaane mari pano. Chivakai mafactory kana mari dzakakuwandirai, vanhu vaone mabasa. Chivakai mafactory acho kuti vanhu vaone chi mabasa. Asi ndoda kuti kwamuri imi vechidiki, hakuna munhu anochauya kuno achizovakira muZimbabweni basa, ringava refactory, ringava remumining, ringava muindustry, kungaa kutourism, kungaa kukurima. Ari kutouya kuzoswa kutorera zvinhu zvakachenda kusha kwake.
Meanwhile, Chiwengwa's comments have been welcomed in opposition circles, who say what Chiwengwa said is what the opposition has been saying for years since Mnangagwa took over in 2017. Citizens said Chiwengwa knows the problem in Mnangagwa's, who he put in power via a coup, and should remove Mnangagwa to show he means what he is saying.
I am Lecturer Mwanaka, an ex-political prisoner and a political activist. As citizens, we call on Vice President Constantino Chiwenga to step in and remove Emmerson Mnangagwa, whom he put in 2017 via coup. All over the corners of the country, there is growing tensions and criticism of Mnangagwa's leadership, which has failed to address the country's economic and political challenges. We all know that Mnangagwa came to power in 2017 after a military-backed coup that ousted long-term ruler Robert Mugabe. Citizens argue that Mnangagwa's legitimacy is questionable and that he has since ruled with an iron fist, suppressing dissent and opposition. The current government lacks legitimacy and is out of touch with the people's needs.
There are growing calls for the disbandment of a ZANU-PF-linked vigilant group calling itself the Zimbabwe Anti-Presidential Criticism after it illegally detained a man accused of criticizing Mr. Mnangagwa. A video circulating online shows members of the group outside Mbare police station claiming they had handed the man over to the police for his remarks. Human rights lawyer Obey Shava condemned the group, saying Mr. Mnangagwa should dismiss advisors who allow such lawlessness. A senior opposition official, Pasho Sibanda, said the actions were not only unconstitutional but criminal. He questioned why a government that claims to uphold the rule of law is tolerating such conduct. A violent storm tore through Gutu last night, destroying several classroom blocks at Hunduza Primary School. Heavy rains and fierce winds ripped off tin roofs, leaving the structures collapsed and in ruins. Shocked teachers and parents arrived this morning to find the school severely damaged. Mines Minister Winston Chitando has urged miners of all scales to take extra caution during the rainy season due to increased safety risks and to follow government safety directives, noting that several avoidable deaths have already occurred this season. He warned that flooding, ground instability, drowning are more likely during heavy rains and advised miners to avoid working near waterways, old mine workings and low-lying areas where shafts can easily flood. He stressed the importance of conducting thorough risk assessments and stopping operations if any danger is detected. Police have arrested 2 security guards in connection with a murder and an attempted murder at DGL5 mine in Bubi district on 30 November. ZRP spokesperson Commissioner Paul Nyati said the guards Mbegezele Ngwabi and Elisha Machai allegedly shot 2 illegal miners during a confrontation. Ngwabi is accused of fatally shooting 24-year-old Thabo Ngwenya, while Machai allegedly shot 19-year-old Nkosi Kona Moyo, injuring him. Ngwenya died while being taken to hospital and Moyo sustained serious gunshot wounds. The miners had reportedly confronted the guards, demanding the release of their friend who had been detained for illegal mining. A Chinese businessman, Qi Zhuao, was brought before the Harare Magistrate Court for money laundering of $192,000 and making unauthorized foreign payments in violation of exchange control laws. He was granted $1,000 bail in order to surrender his passport. Detectives arrested him during Operation Pressure Valve, an ongoing crackdown on money laundering activities. At his Alexandra Park premises, investigators found records, receipts, and US $192,575 in cash linked to suspected. Prosecutors allege he could not explain the source of the money and that he bypassed the Reserve Bank by paying suppliers directly. Cameroonian opposition leader Anicet Ekane died while in detention, triggering outrage and political tension. His family, lawyers, and party officials announced that he died in Yaoundé after weeks in custody. Ekane was arrested on October 24 in Douala following post-election protests challenging President Paul Biya's re-election. He faced charges including hostility against the state and incitement to revolt. His family and lawyers say he was struggling to breathe and was not receiving inadequate medical care before his death. Let's take a look at our sports news. The Zimbabwe women's netball team, the Gems, managed to finish 4th in the just-ended Celtic Cup tournament held in Scotland. The winner of the tournament were fellow Africans Uganda, followed by Scotland, then Wales, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Northern Ireland in the last position. Bulawayo-based football giants Highlanders have rejected Wicknell Chivayo's offer to appoint Benjani Mwaruwaru as their new coach, whose salary and upkeep Chivayo had pledged to fund. In a statement released last night, Highlanders acknowledged receiving Chivayo's proposal but declined it, stating that the club already has its own preferred candidate and is following proper internal procedures for hiring a coach. To conclude our Citizens Movement radio news, here are the headlines once more. Nkulumane by-election campaigns continue. Honorable Makumire speaks on Mthuli Ncube 2026 budget. Mahere says learners should be taught about everyday matter that will affect them after leaving school. This is the end of our bulletin. Good day.